I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I better kill them all. Rogue one, but I got a team with me. Bad man when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find it, so she fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. More Come on. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Till the risk, I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Get him. Get him. Get him.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And some space here. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 65 yards on the ground.
First down, Atlanta.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on second and inches. Here's Ryan. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much since. Here's Ryan to throw. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play. So a field goal try here on fourth down as the Falcons called on Matt Ryan. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Cousins to throw it. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Minnesota. Adam Thielen, 83 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. That's fielded in the end zone.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
What we got?
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Ready, we're ready. Back 25.
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Stephen Weatherly. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
3rd and long.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Strip that ball.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 43 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Bryant's extra point up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Steamer.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Wide.
On third down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about it.
And Freeman lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Watch the screen.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's an elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
36, 36.
Line out.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, watch the slant.
Throwing again, Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 1st down, Ryan. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
It's 2nd down.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Ryan. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 30 on second down, Cousins. They'll roll him out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Go hard! 180!
I don't even know why this.
Hey, yo!
What's the other?
Through! 120! Hey, 382! Last 50! 120! Hard!
They'll run on first down. Carson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. In on the tackle, Devondre Campbell, Falcons' leading tackler in 2018. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now Cousins. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. And hear the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Cousins from the gun on third. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Ryan. And it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down. Ryan now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They toss to Freeman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. This is Freeman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete.
Ryan's pass, thrown away and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw on 3rd down. Ryan. Left side completion to Jones. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. First down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again, Ryan. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Look good, though. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Again, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
The kick by Bryant is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They run it with Carson. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Ryan. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
You ain't got nothing. Slam. 21. Ready to go.
Ryan. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Ready. 280.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Falcon, 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down.
25. 54.
1st down, Falcon.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Freeman again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice, Matt Bryant now. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice, Matt Bryant now. Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And, boy, this is typically certainly one of the better kickers in the game. We're not used to seeing him miss 3 times from field goal range.
No, we certainly aren't. It is very out of character. He's probably had seasons where he's missed 3 field goals. Just goes to show you, no one's immune.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. And it's a big-time advantage for the Browns. They just scored again, pouring it on. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. First throw in overtime now for Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes his legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a toss right, Freeman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Ready? Right 25! 55, come on! It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long... Ready, set!
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan, he's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here's Ryan, eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Ryan to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. 12 yards there and a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Atlanta, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.